Well, DP Poland has the exclusive right to develop, operate and sub-franchise Domino's pizza stores in Poland. Now, there are currently 29 Domino's pizza stores in 7 Polish cities, 16 corporately managed and 13 sub-franchise. Well, its interim results for the half year to the 30th of June 2016 reveal corporate store performance and commissary performance continue to improve. Well, joining me now to talk through the operational, culinary and financial highlights of the period, I'm joined by the Chief Executive, Peter Shaw. So Peter, the numbers speak of momentum. Between January to September, 6 new stores opened, 3 more cities came on stream. So how do you manage to support such a large store rollout?
Okay, so we have to invest in that team that's opening the stores. So we have a real estate team that finds the sites, does the project management to open the stores, and then we have an opening team which is taking in experienced managers and experienced drivers who will train up the new store team in a new city or in an existing city. And of course we have all the other logistics, so literally around delivery and all the aspects of supporting sub-franchisees. So we have a very strong team in place. And we really are rolling out, and as we're finding sites, and we've got to get the right sites, as we're finding sites, we're opening them up. So we've got a good pipeline ahead of us. We've got 1 store already constructed, about to open, and 3 more under construction, and a long line after that.
So in terms of personnel, are you spoiled for choice in terms of recruitment from the real estate professional to the delivery driver?
We've got a very, very strong market for talent in Poland. It's great as a bar, if you like. There are a lot of people out there who are very, very good. Some people within Poland itself, some people who've come back from the UK, for example. We've just recently employed a very strong guy who's come out of the UK, a Polish guy who's coming home. So the standards are fantastic, and so therefore, you know, I'm delighted with our team, and I think I'll continue to be so.
So you do operate in major cities in Poland. I'm wondering about the cost of leases. You know, how economic are they?
Well, we have a pretty standard model, which is very similar to the UK. So we'll typically get a 5-year lease with a break and another 5-year on top of that. In terms of the rental we pay, it's pretty attractive actually, and we don't have the horrors of retail rates that we have in the UK. So we're very careful to make sure, certainly with our new format, which is a smaller footprint store, that we've got rents that are sustainable and allow a store to get to a break-even point relatively quickly.
So talk to me about the sub-franchisees. 2 new sub-franchisees signed their first stores in 2 new cities. So, you know, I'm wondering how you've achieved this. Is it reputation, relationships, proof of concept?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, certainly the first of those 2 sub-franchisees has been speaking to me for about 5 years now. Very, very keen. They've seen Domino's internationally. They love the model, and we've kept talking with them and said, right, well, let's wait until we're absolutely ready for this to open up in a new city, some way from Warsaw. And so they've taken that step. The second one, who's opened up this year, we met them at a franchise fair where we were in the autumn. They looked at a number of other possibilities, and they were convinced that we were a great proposition, not too much initial outlay, and a great brand and great support. So it's come through both, if you like, more organic means, but also us actively marketing to attract those sub-franchisees.
Because of course, sub-franchisees are an extension of your shop window. They represent your brand. So when you meet the sub-franchisees, the potential, does your instinct tell you that these are the right people?
Chemistry is hugely important. So whether somebody's got a background in food service or not is secondary. What's most important is whether that person has got the drive, and we think that the fit with the brand. And indeed what we do is we spend a lot of time interviewing, but we also introduce them to some of our colleagues, including some of our other sub-franchisees. We get them to work in our stores, and really get a good sense of them, and them very importantly getting a sense of what it's like to run a Domino's store, because it's not easy. And once we've gone through that and we mutually believe that there's a future together, then we'll agree and sign a deal.
Well, before we look at the future of where DP Poland is going, I'm looking at the numbers. Not too shabby increase in sales, store and commissary performance. But when will we see this come through in group EBITDA?
Yeah, well, group EBITDA tends to lag the actual investment in the resource required to feed this rollout. So as we've recruited these people, as our distribution costs increase, we will see sales catch up and then overtake. So proportionally what we will see is those both direct and indirect costs become less and less significant as sales grow. So compared to the previous year where we had a big impact when we'd closed some stores, and so therefore we saw fantastic improvement in group EBITDA losses for 2015, that's not there for the first half this year, but what we will see going forward is those key costs that are very important to open and drive store openings will become less significant.
So what is also key is the online model. I mean, no longer is the telephone the major way to place an order. In fact, it's increasingly online, which stops those crank calls. I mean, who on earth in their right mind would order lots of pizzas for their friends who haven't ordered them and then they have to pay for them? So how easy is it to order, online via a tablet or a mobile phone?
We spend a lot of time getting that interface right. So people ordering either on their smartphone or on the mobile in another form, let's say a tablet, or on a PC. And so we spend a lot of time to make sure that interface is bang on so that we don't lose customers. And it's really important because that's the way people are buying things nowadays. It's great for us because it takes the challenge out of somebody answering the phone and making sure we get the order right, and it takes that cost out. And as you'll have seen in the figures, 69% of all delivery orders are now made online. And actually with our most mature stores, it's higher still. So it's the way of the world, and it's a way of us actually embedding ourselves into the way people behave, and very importantly we have that relationship with them. So online marketing is very, very important, and once we've got that relationship of them ordering, we can then communicate with them to encourage them or to maybe give them another offer which will delight them and they'll order again.
But they're obviously delighted and ordering because they like the product. And I want to know about the food, the hot dog crust and the cheesy crust. To me it's like, oh, but which are the most popular? Well,
cheesy crust we've only just launched in September. We launched hot dog crust in March, and that's gone very well. It really is about bringing in new ideas to excite people. Now, not everybody is ordering hot dog crust, and I don't know what proportion ultimately will be ordering that, and the same with cheesy crust. But the important thing is it's bringing product news and excitement and interest, so people have that choice. And so really what our marketing is about is about bringing those innovations to excite people, but also promoting tried and tested favourites. So the likes of Domino's pepperoni, which is our best-selling pizza, we promote that for 2 months of the year each year because it is a favourite. So it's really mixing, matching those new things with the loved products that we have.
Okay, sell it to me. Hot dog crust, right? So I've never tasted this before. What should I expect?
Well, some people don't like the crust by itself. I personally love it because it's crunchy and delicious. But what it does, it adds a bit of texture. Obviously, great flavoured hot dog. They're very high quality hot dogs. We actually have the brand of the hot dog on the menu, so people recognise it. Hot dogs are very popular, as generally sausages are in Poland. So it's for those people who want that bit of extra in their crust.
Okay, sold. I will try it next time I'm ordering online. Brexit, though, yet to occur. But what has it done in terms of sentiment, and how are you factoring it into your business model? Is it relevant?
Interesting enough, we haven't seen anything in relation to Brexit that's affected our business. Poland is very much core to EC. They very much see their future there. There's an awful lot of investment going from the EC into Poland over the next 5 years. There's 80 billion plus euros going into infrastructure and innovation projects. And I think we will see Poland as a key part of that. So whether there are effects macroeconomic that we haven't yet foreseen, of course I don't know, but certainly in terms of the general economic outlook for Poland and its relationship to the EC, it looks very, very strong.
Okay, and what's the outlook for DP Poland?
Well, I think looking at the numbers so far this year, I mean, with a fantastic growth in sales, as you said, great improvement in corporate store EBITDA and commissary gross margin, those should continue and get even better. So I'm feeling very bullish about it.
Excellent. Peter Shaw, Chief Executive of DP Poland, thank you very much indeed for joining us today.
Thank you.